All right, welcome back to So Uncivilized. We have lost Rice Gum, unfortunately. We now have Kanye. We've lost to Rice Gum again, Kanye. There is a whole story to that we won't go into. But we're joined by me, Nathan. We've also got. Want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Ollie.
It's Ollie.
And I'm in mourning for lost Rice Gum.
It's a soul for a soul, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We did gain. We did gain
the Kanye.
HD
have-
Rice Gum.
We have what? He's HD Rice Gum. He's Rice Gum with RTX turned on.
Rice Gum 3090.
Rice Gum 3090. Anyway, on the last episode, we decided we're gonna pick Mad Max, which was good fucking timing considering 2 days ago they announced news about the Furiosa spin-off. So that was really fucking good. I'd seen this film a shit ton of times. Ollie, you've seen it, haven't you? Quinn, have you seen it before?
I'd never seen it before.
So this was your first time. This was your first time. Okay, should we start with Quinn then? Just give you very quick opinions on what you thought of it, because I've got an idea of what you'd think of it. I'm just interested to see if that's like similar.
Not really my thing.
That's what I thought. Yeah, we were talking about it with our friend Jay earlier, and he said, I don't think Quinn will like it that much. It doesn't seem like his thing. Yeah. But do you think it's a good film still?
Yes.
Okay.
I was watching it.
Yeah.
While I was watching it, I was also in Discord with Jay and another guy, and I was sad for the first 10 minutes. Just really not my thing. Kind of hating a bit for the first 10 minutes, appreciating it, but still just not enjoying it at all.
Yeah.
And then I got better into it, but I still was just like, eh.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but it's just not at all.
I think. Like, Ollie, if you want to go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, if it's not like a type of film, then like it's like you're not really gonna get into it, because it is very much like
it's just
non-stop.
It's just an action film, like non-stop. It is like the purest action film there is. Like it never like stops to tell a story.
Fast and Furious.
But apart from like the Furiosa bit when they get to the old people and then they're like, oh yeah, the Greenland doesn't exist anymore. Like all of that's gone. It's just the desert. And then they just have one scene of Furiosa screaming, and then they go, all right, fuck it, let's go do a car chase again. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, for me personally, I fucking love that film so much. That's why I was like, we can watch that. I watched it twice for this because I've got the black and chrome version as well on Blu-ray. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll watch both. I'm not gonna lie, I think the black and chrome version is 10 times better. It's weird considering the colouring of the original film is so good. Like the nighttime bit, that looks so good. The whole the colour of the desert looks so nice.
Like half of the.
I'm trying to sort my lighting out because it was retarded. Just carry on talking.
Yeah. It's a surprise, but the black and chrome version, I genuinely think, just makes things look better in that film. It's hard to explain why it looks better. I feel like you just watch it and go, yeah, this is good. This is a film that's like a black and white version is actually like improves the film. And it's weird how it came about, because the reason the black and white exists is the music composer wanted a version that didn't distract him, and he was focused more on like the action and stuff. So he asked for a black and white version, and while George Miller was watching the black and white version with the music as it was being mixed, he was like, actually, this looks really fucking good. I've already done all the colouring, so I'm not going to, sit there and say, fuck it, this film's going to be released black and white, because he'd already promised the studio to be in colour. But he said to the studio afterwards, can I, on the Blu-ray, release a black and chrome version? And then like a couple of years, I think like a year or two after the release of the film, they released the black and chrome version. And honestly, some of it was actually pretty good. Like
I respect that, yeah.
Yeah, it, like when I go back now and I'm going to rewatch it, like just like the one time, I will rewatch it in black and white. I think.
Yeah,
I haven't seen even the vague way it looks, so I'll quickly look up like.
Yeah, just watch like a couple of scenes of it. Yeah.
It's quite odd, I would have thought that like a big part of it, like you said, is like the colour and like the popping visuals of it. So like
the part when they go into the storm looks so good with the black and chrome. Like,
oh wow, this looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I think like later on at some point we'll all sit down and we'll watch it. together. I know you might not be. No. What we'll do is we'll get like a bunch of people, have some drinks, and we'll watch it.
Yeah,
we'll
get
extremely drunk just for Quinn to go, guitar guy, woo!
Oh my god!
What a lovely day!
What a lovely day! So good.
I fucking love the guitar. I think the guitar guy is genius. I think his inclusion in it is just genius.
Yeah.
Especially I realized, like, it's quite late into the film, but I realized how good the film was when, like, right at the end they're having that battle, and then the guitar guy gets involved in like the scene.
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, this is decent. Like, it's just someone just going fucking mental, like, all out in that film. Like,
I think one thing for me, like, the action is really well done. It's all pretty much all of it's practical. The only like real CG is like background stuff and like, you know, muzzle flashes, stuff like that. And I think George Miller did a really good job in this film of world building, but not shoving it in your face. There's like one or two exposition bits where they say like, oh yeah, water and is like a key resource. You know, you need that to survive out here. You know, it's a barren wasteland. You'd assume that, but like they basically tell the audience, oh yeah, that's where they need to go. That's where like they need to have the freedom. So that's why they head back there. But like we were talking about earlier, Ollie, like the whole fucking like witness me. It's meant to be it's meant to be a V8 engine when they do that. That's why they do it. Yeah. So when they do that, they put a V8 engine above their head. And I was like, that's such a small detail that you're like, that's fucking cool. I like that.
So, yeah, I've watched it like 10 times, and I only literally just watching it, I'm like, hang on a second, it's not fucking V8.
Like a V8, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
But all you really need to know about the world is literally within like the first 10 minutes. I mean, there's not like much to like have to learn about a big desert wasteland where people drive cars. Like, there's going to be a shortage on gas. There's going to be a shortage on water. And people like bullets. So like, that's fair enough.
So as far as I can tell, it's not so much. The universe isn't so much about the cars. It was just this setting was with the cars.
Yeah.
So usually, that universe, it's just their post-apocalyptic trying to survive. But this movie was all about them in the cars doing the thing, like going with the pregnant girls or whatever to the Green Man.
Yeah. Well, it's always been pretty heavy on cars.
The vehicles have always been key on it, but like that group in particular, the War Boys, like they've got their own certain thing, and it is like they worship the vehicle. But then you've got like that other group that turns up at some point, and they're all on bikes. Like they don't drive the cars; they're all about the bikes and the mountains and stuff like that. And I like that because it shows like there's different cultures in that kind of like barren wasteland. Everyone's not just like a fucking psycho.
For some reason, there's a whole gang in Australia, post-apocalyptic Australia, that all speak Russian. I'm like, what? Okay, why are they Russian?
Why are they Russian?
I don't speak Russian.
Now, like, I think for sure it is one of my favorite films of all time. It's not even on a storytelling standpoint. Storytelling, it's not that great. Like, I know that.
It's not
like,
really.
There's not really a story. Like, and that's probably why they're doing Furiosa. There's like the backbone of a story, but they didn't really go into it. They're like, nah, this is a Mad Max film. We'll just do it an action-packed film. And now they're doing this Furiosa spin-off, which will probably be heavier into like the telling her story. It is her film, to be fair. Fury Road. It's all about her. Mad Max just ends up. He just gets like pulled into it. He's literally a blood bag, and he just gets fucking pulled along with this journey. And he's like, I'll help these people. Sure.
He's just there to like grunt and be badass and have a really bad Australian accent.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
But what you said about the story, I guess, is slightly different with Mad Max though, because if you look at, say, Godzilla Kong that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
The story is crap, but you forgive it because you're like, oh, monsters. Whereas this, the story's not great, but it's not like you're forgiving it for the action. It's just that's what that movie is. It's not meant to have a good story. It's just meant to be like a very loose story that can be, as you said, a backbone for the action stuff. And it worked in that way very well.
Yeah.
It actually, I think, having a loose story worked. If they had any complicated story, it wouldn't have worked in the slightest sense.
It just would
as
have
well.
been like too much.
It just would have
way
been
too much.
because you take all that action and then throw on trying to like think about stuff, then no one's really gonna.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I was having trouble keeping up with it anyway. Let alone if you throw in a story I have to think about whilst experiencing the whole madness going on in front of you.
Mad Max is one of those films where you're meant to just like turn your brain off and go, "Ah, that looks cool."
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
sometimes that's not a bad thing
Mm.
because literally like you're meant to just sit down and relax on movies. Not every movie has to make you sit down and just like think yourself to death.
Mm.
Like if I just want to see some big explosions on the screen or something, then I'll just watch Mad Max. Like it's decent. I like being able to like watch a film where I can turn off my brain but still appreciate that it's a good film for like what it is. Like I remember coming out of the cinema and like it's very rare I feel like this about a film, but I came out and I'm just like that's sick. That was something else. That was brilliant. That was like not like in the same way that I'd feel about like Endgame, where like I'm like, yes, that's one of the best films I've ever seen. Just coming out and feeling content with it, going, that was sick.
Yeah,
it's like nice.
You can tell like with the story of it that like it wasn't like going back to like you saying like Kong Godzilla. You feel like the studio is like, no, you need a story. Like you can't just be the monkey fights the lizard. That it has to have like a story with humans and stuff like this. You know, it's got to have like an emotional connection to it. I feel like Mad Max, they just went like the like director and the writers probably just went, listen, we could do a story, won't be good though, because the whole reason people are going to watch this film is for the cars, the action, the explosions, all that kind of stuff. So we'd rather just not have much of a story, have a backbone of a story, and then like just focus on the action and give people what they want. Because like if you sat down and just watched the action of that film, it's easily like what 3/4 of the film is like non-stop action.
Surely,
yeah, like probably even more, to be fair. Like it doesn't stop. Like it stops,
Even in, like,
stops for about 5 minutes.
Even in the slow bits, there's still action.
Yeah,
still stuff happening because the slow bit where like Tom Hardy's holding them at gunpoint when he first runs into Furiosa or whatever. That's a very slow bit for that movie, but it's still like just an action. It's a gunpoint scene.
So like the bit where they're stuck in all the marshes and the bullet farm guys just like shooting off into them, like.
Or like when they find the old ladies and all that, like you have it like set up as like, oh, that's a trap, you know, don't go for that. And you think as they're all coming in, it's like, oh, is this going to be an action scene? It kind of goes, actually no, this is like the small 5-minute scene that's meant to be the emotional story. That is literally like it. And then there's like the bit at the end where she releases the water and you just see Max like walk off in the crowd. That's
but then they get back, they win the day, and then the film actually ends within like 2 minutes. You're like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Like the Furiosa like getting to her knees and screaming is probably the only like actual emotional bit in the film. Never else in the film do they try like tug on emotional strings or anything like that. Apart from like maybe at the beginning, if you've like watched the old Mad Maxes, he has like the flashes of seeing people. You kind of connect to that, like, oh shit, you know, he's seeing dead people and stuff like that again. It's still like the same Max.
That's the thing. How the fuck does Max remember how was he all the people that remember like what the world was in that film are like really old, and all the people that are about Max's age don't remember it.
Yeah.
So how the hell was like how does Max remember it? Because he would have been so young. And B, how was he a cop? How did he have a job to be a cop? There's no way. There is no way, unless some like fucky shit is happening.
Yeah, like the idea that like there's a huge fan theory that like Max is like immortal and he kind of just doesn't age and he just kind of lives in this world now. Kind of makes sense when you look at it that way. That's like the only reason. But I like it in the sense of like he's almost like James Bond. Like it's just there's this world that he is in, and doesn't matter who plays him. Like it's just like we'll take that setting, we'll throw him into it, because like all the James Bond films kind of like connect in a way. But like,
despite the different actors,
despite the different actors, different time periods they're set in, it's still James Bond.
It's still in theory one. I mean, I'm not a massive James Bond person, but they sort of loosely say it's one story through all of them.
Yeah, because this was it James Bond and 007 is just a code name. Like
Yeah,
that.
Well, the
exactly.
007, as far as I know, is a code name.
But the theory is that they all are like the same universe, but James Bond is also a code name as well.
Oh, so they passed
Which
that.
is why they're all like super secret agents, but yet James Bond is literally always giving out his name.
He like goes to the bank and it's just a name, James Bond. Okay, good job.
Yeah. And like speaking of like someone else playing Mad Max, I could see in this Furiosa spin-off, Chris Hemsworth's been cast. I could see him playing Mad Max, and that like he had like a part to play in her like in Furiosa's like upbringing, but like neither of them will remember it by the time of Fury Road.
I don't think he'd play Mad Max. I reckon he's gonna be cast as a villain.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Taylor about this outside earlier, our friend Taylor, and he was saying it'd be cool to see Chris Hemsworth play a villain because he does get typecast.
Going to take the villain role.
It'd be interesting to see it.
He's played the villain in Bad Times at the El Royale.
I haven't seen that.
That's something I know about.
It's a brilliant film. But he plays the villain in that, and he does a good fucking job.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see him play a villain in that as well. In this, because like I feel like the large consensus on his like performances has very much been made up from Ragnarok. It's like you see him get cast in shit now, and it's basically the same character. He basically gets cast as
what The Rock has become, what Ryan Reynolds has become, and even occasionally to the extent sort of like maybe Samuel Jackson. But
Samuel Jackson definitely. You've seen like Nick Fury like slowly evolved into
like, and less Captain Marvel, but you're Far From Home, and I know that's different because it was Telos, but and Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yep.
Things like it. And Ryan Reynolds is doing his Ryan Reynolds thing in that Detective Pikachu, Deadpool. He's just doing his do my funny role, which Hemsworth is doing in Ragnarok, Men in Black.
Yeah.
Which I have some issues with, but we'll get to that another day.
Yeah.
And so on. So I don't like that, but also when they do those, I like their portrayal. I like it, but it's just not acting.
It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to watch them, but from like a film critic point of view, you'd like to see the actor try something else. Because I could see, like, for example, if Robert Downey Jr. does a film, this year comes out, and he's basically Tony Stark, I'll watch it. And I would fucking love it. If he literally does a show, like a film, where he's basically Tony Stark, I will watch it, and I will love it, even if he is the same character. Because I love Tony Stark. He's like one of my favorite characters of all time. But I'd want to see him do different roles. That's why I really liked, Zodiac, where he's like the reporter.
Yeah, it was
like
cool.
I fucking loved watching that. Yeah, it was so fucking good watching that because like I got so used to him just being Tony Stark that I watched that and I was like, oh, this is good. That's why I wasn't such a big fan of Doolittle. It felt like he was meant to be like Iron Man and like his Sherlock character. It was meant to be kind of like a mix of the two.
I hope to never have to watch that movie.
What, Doolittle?
I was taken out of it as soon as that trailer. I opened up the trailer. I was like, "Oh, Doolittle, Robert Downey Jr." You know what? Yeah, I'll give it. And then it was just an awful cover.
Yeah,
of What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, and I was like, I just can't deal with this. Now I saw
it in the cinema with my mum and my nan, and the whole final climactic thing is just a fart joke.
Yes, which I know, having not seen it, I know what it is, and it's just
and I'm just like, really, is this what it's been building up to?
Yeah.
Plus I know it's a kid actor, but the kid actor in it is fucking annoying. Oh my god! Like at least get
what, Robert Downey Jr.
No. The I didn't know what he said. No,
I did a funny.
This is a little sidekick, and like you're not worthy of being in the presence of this great man. Fuck off. Go away. Tom Holland's in it as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is. Like John Cena. And
a lot of people voice the animals. It's a ridiculous cast that voice the animals.
I don't want to get too far off track, but I do want to have a quick look at that.
Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth playing a villain in Mad Max would be very interesting. I'm annoyed Charlize Theron isn't back to play Furiosa, but obviously it's probably going to be a prequel of her when she's a lot younger. You can't really bring her in to play the young her unless you only do it. It was like 10 years before Fury Road, because I believe Anne Taylor-Joy's playing Furiosa, which would be interesting because that would be a very different character. I could see like Anne Taylor-Joy playing one of like the wives of Morton Joe. Like I could see her doing that role, which it might be that's what she's pulled in for originally, and then she kind of like earns her like independence from it and becomes an imperator.
See, I can't like. I want Chris Hemsworth to be the villain, but I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be in like her mentor or something.
Yeah,
I can actually see him being the villain, but he'll do a comedic villain, and
I don't think he would. I think
actually,
he hasn't really had the chance to be a villain in anything, so I think he'd like.
Does he want? Yes, of course he would.
I mean, it's like Chris Evans, Chris Evans and like Knives Out. The first thing Chris Evans did after playing Captain America was just to play an absolute fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
that was funny.
You could tell he loved it when he was doing it.
Yeah,
that was. Have you guys both seen Knives Out?
Yeah,
it was really good.
I love that film. That's so good.
Yeah.
He just decided to play an awful human being. You're like, okay, fair enough.
Right, yeah.
And he killed it.
It's just the bit where he's like, eat shit to everyone. The moment I saw the trailer and he was just like, eat shit, I was like, I'm gonna love this fucking film.
So when they announced that the girl got the was the name and all the wills, and he's just sat in the corner like,
yeah, he's just enjoying and watching his family like crumble apart. Yeah. No, I like.
It feels like we sort of come to an end. On
just quick on the Furiosa thing. I'm hesitant for them to like maybe like recapture the same like energy Fury Road had, because
I don't think
they could. I don't think they could. Like I have complete faith in George Miller, but I think they should take it a slightly different direction, because Fury Road was a very different direction from the first three. I think they should do that again and take a different direction.
I feel like Furiosa is going to be a lot more story driven.
Yeah, I think so as well. I feel like it's meant to be. You watch Fury Road, don't have a story, and then you go watch Furiosa, and that's got a bit more of a story. So then you get like the hardcore action from it. And I think you'll still have like the big action scenes and stuff like that.
Slightly more down to
guaranteed. Yeah, but it'll be more down to earth. You'll probably still have the cool car chase scenes and like the great editing and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, it will feel more like a post-apocalyptic Fast and Furious film, if anything. Just not shit. Hopefully.
That's one thing I've got to say about the editing. It's when in the action scenes, like they remove a frame every other frame or something like that, and it's such a weird concept, but it works so well because it just makes everything feel like much more like anxious and everything. And like
one thing I did notice, it could just be on my end, but I felt like the sound mixing was very all over the place.
Oh, some of the voice or the dialogue stuff is not mixed well.
I felt like I was going up and down on the volume.
I feel like the soundtrack is like consistent, and then like when people talk and sound effects, it's consistently really loud, and it overpowers everything else. Like it's another thing of like, do you really give a shit about what they're saying? Like bang bang, they're just shooting guns. Like that's literally half the film. But yeah, if you like, there's a bit where Max is talking, and like it's kind of a mix of like his delivery of the line and then just the mix in it. You just can't understand what he's saying.
There's literally a point where I'm like, that is not Tom Hardy speaking when he says a line. I can't remember what it is, but it just doesn't sound anything like him. I'm like, that is a different guy. I think
his only line that like you can tell that is him saying it on set is when he goes, "That's bait." That's like the only line in the entire film that you're like, oh yeah, he said that on set. You can tell that. Everything else feels dubbed over afterwards.
Yeah, it did feel a bit. I don't know, but it was good. I don't know, not the thing.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's like one of the films where I'm like, when people are like, oh, it's not really for me, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. It's not for everyone. I've watched it with my mum and my dad, and my dad fucking loved it. I'm like, yeah, of course he does. His favorite films are like the old Terminators, Rambo, stuff like that. Like they're his favorite. He loves the old school action films, and that's why I'm like, hey, you need to watch Falcon Winter Soldier, because like it's very like, and it feels very like old school action film. Like the fight scenes anyway. They feel like the portrayal of some of the characters feels like old school fights. Like
No, I
action
see
stars.
what you mean.
He didn't like WandaVision. That's why I was like, this will be more your thing, considering what kind of films you like.
Yeah, that would be more his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he watched like the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. He was like, I'm not really feeling it.
Like the first 20 minutes of Falcon Winter Soldier, Canyon, but
Yeah, that was so
brilliant.
It didn't feel like a TV show at all. Felt like I was watching like Captain America 4, and they was like, oh, we'll see what Falcon's doing for a bit.
You forget that this is a TV series, a TV show. It's so movie quality. It's insane. Especially like WandaVision, especially. You notice that when they did that, you'd go from the 4x3 to the 16:9 when they went out to the real world, and you could just see straight away. It was just like, oh wow, this is just the one shot of their like camp outside, and how strange it is, just one shot, but it just was like, oh, this is ridiculously high budget. You can just tell.
Yeah. Well, it's when Monica gets thrown out.
Yeah.
Like the first time you see it, you're like okay.
Yeah.
This is a real thing.
Yeah.
Now we've moved on to it. What do we think of episode 5?
It was quite slow paced, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's what we needed, to be fair, because we were saying last time that how the hell they're gonna do 2 more episodes if they carried it at the pace they were going.
So I think so quick, too quick almost.
It was almost like just over the marker, going way too quick. But I'm glad that they like took this episode to slow things down a bit. Yeah,
and I sort of called it a filler episode, and I think a filler episode is the wrong thing to call it.
It's a character episode.
It was it's a character episode. It's not a filler one, but it did slow everything down so that they then can, with 1 episode to go, just absolutely explode.
Yeah, I was concerned after last episode that the whole John Walker bit was gonna like basically take up this entire episode, but like you literally the first like 5-10 minutes is dealing with John Walker, taking the shield off of him, and then you've got like that part in the middle where he has his trial and he's found guilty of what he's done, he's court-martialed, stuff like that, and then you've got Val comes up and speaks to him, and then the post-credit scene. Like it wasn't much to do with him, but like his character's now where it felt like it needed to be a couple of episodes with like the pacing they were going at if they were gonna like do him as like the main villain. But I genuinely now I could see him very briefly be in the last episode, and then like he's gonna do
I don't think
he's
gonna be the main villain. I think
he'll definitely be in it because of the post-credit scene.
Like, do you think he's gonna be, or maybe he could have the main bit with Carly and the Black Flags, or maybe and then it goes to the end, the final bit is him, not huge amounts, just the final bit is against him, and maybe they bring Carly back to their side or join up with her and fight him, or they
I just don't see how they can have
him, or
I just don't see how they can have him as the final villain now, because his new shield is literally just made out of like steel. So like if they kicked his ass in a fucking absolutely brutal fight,
when he had the vibranium shield at the time,
tear through it.
Then
moving on that.
Yeah, because Bucky is a vibranium arm. Sam's probably got like vibranium wings and stuff now. Yeah, based on like what was indicated.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
I reckon it's going to be his Captain America Falcon. Like,
it's got to be,
It's like if it's just a black suit, then I'm like, aren't we just going backwards to like X-Men days?
Yeah,
maybe so. But I think it's going to be a stylized somewhere in between there. But based on tones they've had in the show, I wouldn't be surprised if it's sort of got black elements.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
It'll probably have like armor, like pads and stuff like that are kind of like just black. I hope it doesn't look too Wakandan. I feel like it shouldn't look too much like it is like a Black Panther suit or anything like that. Because like Cap shields in Infinity War, obviously they weren't made for Cap, but like that felt like it was straight up just Wakanda tech, which it is. I'm hoping this doesn't have that same vibe. Like Bucky's arm, it looks Wakandan. Like it looks like it's made in Wakanda.
It looks great though.
I like it, but like I don't want Sam to be too much, like to feel too much like he's part of like the Wakandan stuff. Yeah, I literally put my notes. What's in the fucking box? Probably vibranium wings and a new suit. It's gonna be Pog. that was my notes for it.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, one of my quotes was just open the fucking case.
Yeah, just open. It was in there for like 20 minutes before he opened it. Like Bucky turns up, gives it to him.
Beasts.
Yeah,
just open the fucking case, and then my last note was what a dick tease.
Yeah. Yeah, Bucky turns up with like 25 minutes left of the episode, puts the box down, goes, it's from Wakanda. Everyone's like, ooh, what's it going to be?
Yeah, we got you a Chekhov's gun.
They repair the boat, and then he has his training montage, and then he's like, oh, you know what, I will open it, actually. Like, it took him so long to go, fuck it, yeah, I think I'm ready to open it now. I feel like you'd open it and go, oh, that's cool.
Away, you'd go, ooh,
yeah. You'd be like, ooh, what's this? Wakanda?
I think this episode he was grappling with being the Falcon, let alone
He was
Cap.
grappling with him.
Because he left his wings behind when he was just like, do you want them? And he's just like, nah, it's fine, I'll leave them here. Then like when Bucky was just like, the Wakanda's got you something, he was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
And then it wasn't until he started training with his shield and stuff. Like he was very, very Captain America-esque with some of the shit he was saying and doing in this episode. Like, it's definitely showing that he's like worthy of taking up the mantle. One thing I do appreciate about him in this episode is they brought back the fact that he was actually like a counselor for people with like PTSD. With his little speech with Bucky, I'm like, like it makes sense that he knows how to get to him and like how to get through to him, and it's
how he was getting through to Carly, and he was doing so well.
I really like how they brought back that route and not just have funny Anthony Mackie. But yeah, also another thing. What the fuck is up with Sharon?
All right,
is she the power broker? Like...
I'm confused. Either she is the power broker, and that was like okay, because like they'd been like teasing in like between the weeks that like she's not the power broker. Like the theories came out, and they're like, oh, it's not her. Either she is the power broker, and they've just been lying just to be like, oh, don't spoil it for us, all right? Or she works for the power broker, and she's like second in command, and power broker's going to stay like anonymous.
I thought
she's the one people deal with when they go to the power broker.
I thought
she's the one who's out and about. She's the one.
Yeah,
running the field.
I thought Val was going to be the power broker.
I thought when you saw like legs, I was like, oh, power broker maybe.
I'm like, is it? Because when they're really done, it's like a established like actor. Because it was the lawyer in Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but when I saw her, I'm like, is that the power broker? But then, like you said in the comics, she's a character from Hydra.
She's meant to be Hydra.
Definitely... Well, a power broker could still be Hydra, to be fair.
True, they could mix it.
Yeah.
It's not the first time they've kind of confused things.
Zemo.
Yeah. Like,
it confused me that Zemo in the show has been made as the man who knows so much about Hydra, but as far as I can work out, he didn't really, like, he was, from what I thought, he was very trained in on his one goal to break up the Avengers, and go through that, he was like, I'll use Bucky, and he went through Hydra, but as I could tell, he just went straight through to what he wanted, found the guy he needed, found the book. He wasn't actually that much of an expert on Hydra, he just went to what he needed to get and then moved on from it, and that's sort of as far.
Now, there was a line in Civil War where he's just like, he has spent like a long time going through a bunch of like codes and stuff, like, and deciphering like as much as he could. So like, I think at that point we see him in Civil War, like he has learned a lot about both Shield and Hydra. Which is what I took it as. Speaking of it, I really like that we saw Sokovia.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah. The Sokovia Monument.
Yeah.
That was good to see.
I just like being back there, just not have it like a.
I think after this, Zemo is now like, I think he's up there with like the sympathetic villains. Like you feel for him, like you get why he did.
You come up there with Vulture,
Loki, stuff like that. Like you kind of get where he comes from. Not so much like a Thanos. Thanos, everyone's like, I get where Thanos comes from. He's like, the dude still wants to wipe out half the the universe. Like, I don't like when people are like, I sympathize with Thanos. It's like, no, you don't. Stop lying. No one sympathizes with Thanos.
Big guy. Everyone's like, how amazing he is. They nailed him. They nailed his portrayal. But it's like, really, is he?
He's just philosophical Hitler, basically. He just says things really well and then goes, genocide? And you're like, okay, yeah, sure.
You're like, oh yeah, no, he's a
Hmm.
bit of a dickhead.
And I mean, there's no arguing the best villains in the MCU. Vulture, I've put Zemo up there. Loki.
The ones that are still alive.
Yeah, and number
Except
one,
for Thanos.
X-Men Last Stand, Vinnie Jones is the Juggernaut. Number one.
Vinnie Jones Juggernaut, yeah.
Not even the MCU.
I don't know.
One, innit?
Fucking Jamie Foxx's Electro was pretty pog.
Yes, both very.
Don't forget Malek.
Just because of the soundtrack.
No, you can
Oh,
fuck off, you Malek.
I fucking love the soundtrack in Spider-Man 2. They betrayed me. It's just fucking like just screaming. Isn't he gonna be in Far From Home potentially?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Yeah.
So,
home can't
Doc
get
Ock.
home.
No
Yeah,
way home. No way home.
Who
No
played?
way home.
Who played Alfred Molina? Isn't it?
Alpha
Yeah, he's playing. I think they confirmed he's playing the same Doc Ock he was playing.
Well, apparently it's.
Spider-Man 2.
I've heard something that apparently it is after Spider-Man 2 as well. So it's like it's potentially before Spider-Man 3.
Which
Well,
is
Where they're going to pull him out like into this universe before Spider-Man 3.
which would be interesting. I mean, I saw rumors. So I always had in my head before I saw this rumor though that after they did No Way Home, they would do a Spider-Man 4
Yeah.
in that old universe with Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi. But that was just in my head. It seemed no-brainer to me, but I wasn't sure. Now there are rumors popping up about it.
I think the best way to do it would just start like a Spider-Verse series of films where you kind of tell the different Spider-Man stories alongside each other. I don't think doing a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 would really work. It'd be kind of confusing now. I feel like you would just do Spider-Verse, let's continue Tobey Maguire's story, let's continue Andrew Garfield's story, and like do them like at the same time as doing Tom Holland.
And then you go from that and you do in the MCU Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but back in his universe.
That also,
It's basically a Spider-Man 4, but it just pulls it.
Yeah.
that also means
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell is going to be canon in the MCU, which I think if they want to do a new cameo, like a new cameo thing, like continue
that'd be brilliant.
Get Bruce Campbell to do all the cameos. Just
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Or not do cameos and leave it because Stanley.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a rumor that like Deadpool might like.
I saw that. I saw that. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't really.
Well, I think Bruce Campbell would be a perfect fit if they wanted.
I think Bruce Campbell
would
would go because it would be a lot more subtle. Not as long as they don't overdo it. People won't notice.
Yeah, exactly.
And the amount of people probably don't even notice Stan Lee.
Speaking
More
of
people.
No Way Home,
I realize, but
I think I spoke to you about this, Quinn. Charlie Cox has been cast in No Way Home as Matt Murdock. Genuinely, the best news I've found out in so long. Charlie Cox is going to be in No Way Home.
How long is this film going to be? Like,
I don't know. No, but the thing is, he's not Daredevil. He's Matt Murdock in this. They've apparently it's been said he's not going to appear as Daredevil, but he's going to appear as Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
Like how Foggy Nelson kept turning up in every other Netflix show.
Yeah, exactly.
Foggy Nelson.
Yeah, I love Daredevil so much. It's so good. I fucking love that.
We'll do some discussions about it.
I need to rewatch that show.
Bits are good.
The Daredevil bits and the Punisher bits are good. Punisher season 2, not so much.
The lawyer bits are just.
I don't know. The Punisher trial is so good. The Punisher trial is so fucking good in that show.
I'll happily do bits on those shows, but I'm not rewatching them.
I'm going to rewatch them. I'm going to rewatch
strong
them.
enough.
Yeah,
I haven't even finished all of them. I haven't done Daredevil season 3 or 4 if there was a 4. Jessica Jones seasons 2 and 3. I think I watched
There's
2
a third?
episodes of season 2.
There's a third season of Jessica Jones. Fuck off, is there? I genuinely couldn't sit through the first episode of season 2.
I
watched the first 2. Yeah, 3.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Since when?
Since they brought it out.
Oh yeah, 2019, season 3.
I thought they canceled
2015. Oh.
2015 was the first episode. 2019 was the last episode of season 3. Jesus.
Okay.
No idea about that.
That's great. I don't care.
Should probably get back to Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
there's one thing I wanted to keep on talking about John Walker in it.
Okay.
John Walker's like, he's fucking crazy.
He is nuts.
He's crazy now. He's mad. He has like you can say it in the way that he uses Cap's shield. Like Cap uses this very like defensively, and like a lot of time. Yeah, he does use it for the attack, but the way Walker is using it, he's using it so aggressively. Like he is just like he loves doing like all this to people as well.
Yeah,
to, like,
he does that to Sam, doesn't he? He goes to like crack him.
It's like the like Cap in Civil War when he was just going at it.
Yeah, but obviously he showed restraint because he was just going for the art.
Well, yeah,
reactor, but
and then with John Walker just beating the crap out of that dude on the steps, you could see he was just going mental, just crashing shots into him. It was just raw anger and power.
You got that a lot the way he used his shield in the Bucky soundbite. Also, if Bucky and the Winter Soldier could go toe to toe with Cap, right? Why was he having such a? He was like on the highway, like him and Cap were proper like going at it and everything, and the helicarrier. How come he was having a pretty hard time with John?
I mean, it could be
because he was
the brainwashing. The brainwashing would like it wouldn't like hold him back in any way. He like
I guess.
The brainwashing was like, I'm gonna kill Cap. That was like his objective in Winter Soldier. Whereas he doesn't want to kill John. Like even though considering what he's just done. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Like he doesn't want to go all
raw power.
It takes the human out of him.
Yeah.
The brainwashing took the human out of him.
Yeah, that makes sense. He did, but I also put that White Russell is really compelling as well, and that he's like, every scene he's in, you just don't know whether he's going to go off or not, and it literally, it's like Homelander in The Boys, where like every scene he's in, you're like, what the fuck is he going to do? Like, is he going to snap? Is he just going to like? Every scene is tense, and he has one absolute banging quote in this was when he's getting like they're stripping him of being Captain America, and he's like, you're really unstable based on this and this, and then he just comes out of the line, you built me. Which I'm just like, oh fucking hell, that is a line.
The monster that he is exists because of like what they've done with him.
When he said it, like, and the way he said it as well, he's just like, you built me.
Oh, you wanted a monster, here I am.
I love the he basically tries to do a Tony Stark. He's like, I am Captain America, and then someone immediately turns around and goes, no, you're not Captain America, fuck off. And it's like, oh, I was just there like, because like you got the end of Iron Man 1, it's like, I am Iron Man, everyone's like cheering, taking photos. This guy's like, I am Captain America. No, you're fucking not.
Then you had another banging quote in this from Isaiah, who said, if you ain't bitter, you're blind. When he said that, I'm like, damn, this show is like,
the whole stuff with Isaiah was so fucking good.
And also with Isaiah, because they said they were doing a bunch of blood tests on him, and they had other super soldiers who died. Is Isaiah the foundation for the current super soldier serum? And maybe is the nurse that took his blood Val? Like, I know it's a bit of a stretch.
Maybe
how it connects.
The super soldier serum was reverse engineered by what's his face, who was in the containers. Did he have a basis to do it, or did he just do it from scratch and just go, oh, I wonder how this would work?
See, that's what I'm thinking. Did someone get a hold of Isaiah's blood?
That would make a lot of sense, and that would be very not simple but logical way produced or reverse engineered.
It'd be foreshadowed as well, because we'd have heard about Isaiah's blood being taken, and then when they bring it up that we took Isaiah's blood and made more out of it, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense. We've heard about that already. No, the whole stuff with Isaiah was incredible, and like how they kind of like used the shield to kind of discuss like that kind of hot topic, and like that hot fucking subject was really good. Because like before this show, to me, the shield was just the symbol of Captain America. It didn't have anything to do with like the political or racial standpoint of like America. But now they've turned that shield into something that was I had no idea it could have been seen like that before.
It's
Bold
of the show.
It's bold and it's powerful how they did it.
Yeah.
But I really like that they're doing it. They're
Yeah.
going down this narrative and not
Yeah.
just like pussyfooting around it, because it shows that the MCU is like really capable of telling like a properly mature story as well.
Yeah.
Right.
What about Val? Val.
Oh, I was okay.
You're
We'll
gonna-
talk
what
about
are
Val,
you
and then I was
Okay,
just gonna. Yeah, we'll talk about Val,
Val.
and then
Okay. I don't know if you've seen. I think I said to you, Ollie, the other day. Val apparently was meant to turn up in Black Widow, and this was meant to be like a, oh, here she is. Remember that film you saw last summer? Well, we haven't seen it yet, so she's not actually here. Apparently, she is going to turn up in Black Widow, and that's going to explain her a bit more. So, like, the idea was when you saw Black Widow, you'd be introduced to her. This was meant to be the, oh fuck, here she is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that bringing Hydra back is a good way to ground the kind of like conflicts in the series again, because by the end of Phase 3, you very much were like intergalactic level, like everything matters, like to like
went off the rails.
Yeah, like Civil
In a good
War
way.
was like the last one that was like kind of grounded. Like the rest of them have been pretty kind of batshit from there. Like
Well, you're Spider-Mans, but as you go for
You're
the bigger
Spider-Mans,
events,
I'd like to see this phase kind of. It has its wacky side and it has its grounded side. You have Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, WandaVision, that kind of stuff.
WandaVision is going to go.
Yeah, it goes off in its own kind of way, and then you've got
Eternals.
you've got all that kind of stuff, and then
it's always been the Captain America characters that have been like the grounded part of the universe. Like he always has been.
They always have been. Bucky, Cap, Sam have been just in a trio of themselves, a core group of grounded characters. The series, so to speak, the universe. I mean, Black Widow as well, and it'd be good to see more of that in this one.
Yeah. And I think bringing, it seems like we might be going towards like the Thunderbolts and stuff like that, having like their own version of like almost like Suicide Squad, having like bad guys doing good.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, Tim Roth coming back would be so fucking cool.
I'm so
I think
Tim Roth.
If Val is like, because she is with Hydra, but if it turns out in the MCU that she is Hydra, then I think we're
just them to go, hey look, it's Space Hydra.
Hydra on the moon.
But,
Space Nazis.
Christ. But no, I think John Walker's been set up to be like Captain Hydra or whatever his name is.
Yeah, the Captain America who's been part of Hydra. I'd like to see that. That was quite a recent comic book thing.
Yeah,
wasn't
because
they
nodded to it in Endgame with the whole Hell Hydra bit. Like that was a nod to that comic. So it'd be good to actually see an evil Cap that's like not brainwashed or anything. Like he is just straight up evil.
And not your Marvel Zombies, which I believe we're going to see some of in
What If it's going to have Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies was massive. Comics. Marvel Zombies was huge in the comics.
Marvel Zombies was mad.
One of the massive things, and I like that they're just taking a little bit. They're not going too far, because like I hope they never ever try to adapt the Clone Saga for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with what they're doing for Marvel Zombies is just go, this is what it is, but no.
Yeah. Marvel Zombies is mad because the whole they don't just eat the Earth, like they eat the whole of like everything.
Yeah.
And then they just move on to another multiverse and eat that.
Yeah.
They're just like unstoppable. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, still talking about Falcon and Soldier. How come? Why can't Carly and Batroc pick a language to speak in?
What the fuck? English, French, English. Like, just pick a language and speak that. It pisses me off because no one does that in real life. Like, if you've got two people that are bilingual and they can both speak two of the same languages, they'll pick a language and just speak in that.
I can kind of get why they did it in Black Panther because obviously it's in another country, but they're not going to have a whole Marvel film in subtitles.
Yeah, obviously.
But in that one scene, it doesn't make sense because he's been shown to speak English and she's been shown to speak like French.
Yeah.
Choose a language. It's a brief conversation.
If you have the sort of thing where they would say he can understand English but can't speak English.
Yeah.
And she So she can speak English to him, and she can understand French the other way around. So she speaks English to him that he understands, and he speaks French to her that she understands, but neither can speak the other language. That's happened in the movies so many times. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But it's when they were going back and forth and both of them were speaking both languages, it was like, it's just unnecessary.
Are you just flexing on each other? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the scene. It was like nice that it sort of gave us change of pace, but it was just so pointless, or not pointless, just so unnecessary.
It would be funny if
come on, no one ever does that.
it would be funny if she was doing it and she made a mistake and she accidentally like called him a dickhead or something.
Yeah. I did find his acting a bit awkward. Like,
Yeah,
you can tell he is a stunt actor. Like, his
not-
acting was a bit... He was like... Hello.
No, there's a bit.
He was a bit awkward walking up to them.
There's a bit in the first episode where he like goes into the cockpit and he's got revealed, and his guy was like, I saw a guy, and he just like looks, he's like, ha ha ha, like that, and that bit just took me out of it. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Actor, they wrote him into the story. They brought the actor back, not because he's a good actor, because I think especially people like us, because most people won't notice him, we can go, oh, it's Batroc!
Yeah.
Batroc the Leaper! He's back! This is sick!
Yeah.
Did they ever say his name in this?
I think they might call, I don't know, they might call him Batroc.
I don't think they call him the
Harley called him
Leaper.
Batroc?
I think they
But
did.
no one's called him Batroc the Leaper.
No, yeah.
I don't know. No one said the Leaper, but I'm just wondering if Carly called him Batroc or
I
not.
think she
I can't
did.
remember because
He
it
was
wasn't said
definitely
when he was.
Batroc in Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, no, they say Batroc in that, but I don't think they say it in Falcon. Or if they do, it's not right until we meet.
Yeah,
I think it's when he walks up. I'm pretty sure she says his name.
Yeah, but I still like that they didn't have to make a whole deal like, oh, Batroc, how you doing, Batroc? Like
This
they
they could just have
yeah.
in there. And for most people, I keep saying this as if like we're higher that we know. For a lot of people, I'm guessing they can just see that guy come in. It will just be a mindless goof speak.
It's like the fact they didn't say it is like a little treat for us.
Yeah, so it was always rewarding to go. Like,
yeah, you like.
Yeah, I can. It's a sort of a prize for being.
So you can go. Well, actually, that's Batroc the
Leaper. Yeah.
As featured in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh yeah, the fucking training montage. Let's really spoke about that.
That was brilliant.
Oh,
that was really good.
He was going ham
I
and
put in my notes training montage, lots of flips.
Yeah, he did a lot of flips for some reason.
and I love it.
Have you seen people pointing out that maybe the scene with him and Bucky was meant to be after the training montage? Because like he's throwing that shield perfectly when they're just chatting.
Yeah,
and he's catching it perfectly, and then you cut to him training, and he's fucking up. So then people point out maybe it was meant to be the other way around. Like
doing it quite gently though. In that bit. And then in his training montage, he's actually fucking going.
Yeah, he was fucking going for it and flipping as well. Yeah.
But if he can flip like that without his wings and the suit and stuff, I can't wait to see what he's like with it now.
Yeah.
And I like that. So this does have a point for Falcon Winter Soldier. With the sequels of Star Wars, the 7, 8, 9, one thing that really annoyed me about them is you never saw these guys actually well trained and going nuts like he did in Revenge of the Sith. You just saw it was a lot of chopping wood, and you never got to see them fully trained. Like, I was hoping to go into Episode 9, and between that, Rey and Kylo had trained up, so you get the last thing, the big close, and they're just absolutely going ham, and it's so quick and fast, amazing. And you didn't. I like the hit. Yeah, and it's just like kind of they're cool, but they're boring. They're not what you want. And I like that here they've gone, all right, he's training. You can see some nut shit now. Let's go. Last episode, you're just gonna be off the fucking walls. Let's do it. And it's like
Anthony Mackie do like 6 flips in midair. There you go.
I feel like we don't get enough of like heroes like getting used to their powers or their like equipment now. Like you kind of just introduce the character and they know what they're doing now. Like Spider-Man, obviously we've seen it loads of times. We don't need to see him doing the whole wall bit and like getting used to the web slinger. Like we saw with Iron Man, Cap not so much. He got the power and he just fucking sprints down the street and you're like, he fast.
Well, no,
he very fast.
They do have the subtle bits with.
They're a bit subtle, yeah.
First off, with Cap, where he like runs into the window.
Yeah, you see him like get used to it, like.
And then you still see it with Spider-Man occasionally. If you like, every now and then, like he'll
gets
trip
new
up a little,
when he gets new tech,
split,
stuff like that.
Or or in like Infinity War, he goes a bit too low on one of his swings under the bridge.
Yeah,
just like little stuff like that they do with them. Or when he goes to shoot his webs, but like there's no skyscrapers around in Homecoming.
Yeah,
it's just the little bits like that where like you can still tell he's getting used to his powers and stuff.
Yeah,
which I really appreciate.
In the first Ant-Man, you get like one scene of like him getting used to the suit, and then after that, it's kind of like he knows how to use it. I think Doctor Strange is probably the best recent one we've seen someone get used to their power, but that's because he had to learn it from the ground up. He had to first believe it exists and then train it. Even then, it is very short. Like him. I think it's
because comic book movies have realised that no one really wants to see any more origin movies because there's been so many now. So they're just going to go like, here's the character. He learnt it. Now watch him fight. Like,
which is what they were trying to do with Justice League, which just did not work. Just like, here's your characters, and it's just like, so the only one you've given a vague origin story to is Superman. So we're going absolute blind into Batman, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, really, when she first was introduced. Cyborg, basically just completely throwing them in blind, and it was just like,
hey, no. We get all we need to know about Batman.
From that one file.
No. From Batman's superpower, we get all we need to know from a single line.
I'm rich.
I'm rich. Your superpowers.
To be fair,
I love that line.
That's all you need. That's all you need from Batman. Is
true.
Rich.
Yeah. Speaking of seeing heroes train, you think we'll see a lot of Shang Chi training in the film?
Yes.
Based off the trailer, it seems like a huge part is going to be the whole on that piece of wood.
It's going to be flashbacks.
You were waiting so hard for that segue, weren't you?
Yeah. I was like, heroes training. I remember the trailer, him punching. I'll do that. No, like in the trailer, you can clearly see there's like 3 people playing him. There's like kid him, teenage him, and then like the normal him.
Also, first look at actual Mandarin.
Yeah, the actual Mandarin, which is confusing. What are they doing with Ben Kingsley? Is he just
funny?
What's going on?
It just reveals that
my name's Trevor. My name's Trevor.
More plastic surgery.
You'll never see me coming.
Yeah, dude, you over there, Trev?
Yeah. I when I first watched the trailer, I was like, doesn't look that great. But then, like, the more I watched it, I was like, okay, it seems fucking sick. I'm actually really digging this film.
It didn't look like a Marvel film to begin with.
I feel, in terms of colouring and camera work, it seems very similar to, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp, with how it looks. I don't know if it's because I think it's based in San Francisco as well.
Is it? I would have thought it was based in, like...
well, like, part of it's based... Like, I think the American bit were, like... Because obviously he was trained with the 10 rings, and then he went and had his life for like 10 years. And then he's not going to get pulled back into it, I assume. He's going to be in San Francisco when he's pulled back into it. Like the whole bit with the bus seems like it's San Francisco, from what I can tell from the geography.
Do you think we're going to get a mention of Trevor and Killian in this?
I don't know.
Just like a quick line, or just like
because there's been like what?
I've had enough of people posing as me. Like
we had the 10 rings.
The Mandarin.
Yeah, we had the 10 rings in Iron Man 1. Then we had the Mandarin turn up, and now we've got this new Mandarin and the 10 rings. So it's like, are they going to address that stuff or just go, meh? They're just fans. That's all they are.
I think I killed Quinn.
I am the Mandarin. No. Carry on.
I think the action looks like it's going to be really good. As long as as long as it's shot and edited the right way, it's going to be really good.
Well, Marvel know what they're doing.
We want long takes. We want long takes, actual like training done, because it seems like from what I've seen, the actors have done the training for the martial arts. Yeah. So like, as long as they don't do like quick cut like editing.
I don't think they're going to. Marvel's pretty consistent with their action pieces. I think they get like a similar like crew on for like pretty much all of them, just to keep it like that consistent action. They're not going to have that like Born Ultimatum shit where you can't actually see what's going on. Like it looked like from some of the trailer shots where like you see bonkers shit happen and you're like, yes. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I think the way they should do it, they take the fight choreography and they go, right. So we look at Iron Fist as a template, you know, the way the Netflix Iron Fist series was done. And we look at that and we analyze it and we do the exact opposite.
Yeah, you do none of it.
Yeah.
Because they just stood up and were like, just slap the screen about a bit. And he was like, but you haven't taught me any like martial arts. I don't know what I'm doing. Add action. What? Okay, quick cuts and we're good. We'll take that one off to lunch.
Can I use my Iron Fist yet? Or am I only going to use it like 3 fucking times in a show called Iron Fist?
I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. After the first season, someone uploaded a video to YouTube saying all the time Iron Fist uses his Iron Fist in the Netflix series Iron Fist. And it's 13 episodes, so it's about 12 hours long, the entire series. That video of him using the Iron Fist, it was 3 minutes and 3 seconds long.
Like it takes I think it takes like a good 2 or 3 episodes for him to use it as well.
Yeah.
And also that is just a lot of like charging systems. The actual using of the Iron Fist, 12 hours of show, we saw it for like 2 minutes. And it's like, it's called Iron Fist.
It's called Iron Fist, yeah.
It's Netflix. It's a big budget place. Just go fucking nuts with it.
That's why I'm glad that Disney Plus is just doing it now, because they have those like $15 million budgets an episode, so you can just get like mini films each episode. So like, if they ever decide to do Iron Fist again, you're actually going to get a proper Iron Fist now.
Yeah, like the action in Shang-Chi, it seems like a mix of like Ip Man, or IP Man, however you want to say it, like old Bruce Lee films, like the like martial arts kind of stuff, and then also like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of stuff. Like this, like the line, how they're using like lines and stuff like that, and the wire work and stuff like that. It looks so good. I'm excited to see like a large production film like made in the US, like that kind of style.
Surprised.
I love that kind of fucking films. They're so
I'm
good.
actually surprised Donnie Yen didn't appear in the trailer, because he seems to be like Hollywood's go-to guy to market to Eastern audiences.
He is.
So I was like, oh, he's not in it. Okay. Like,
it's like how
I'm kind of glad that he's not, because he's not just like, oh, we need a Chinese guy to be in our film, let's just get Donnie Yen. Like they're actually giving opportunity to other people.
I really like the cast of this as well. Looks like it's gonna be good. Like Awkwafina's like blown the fuck up recently. She was in that fucking. It was last year. She was in like a film that like was like won a bunch of awards. So she's a really good fucking actor.
Yeah, I don't know. She was in Jumanji. I remember she was brilliant in Jumanji.
Wait, which one's who's Awkwafina?
In
the girl,
the latest Jumanji. I'm trying to think, what she like a samurai or something in it? One of the characters in the game. And of all of them, so when like The Rock or Kevin Hart or anyone had to do an impression of Danny DeVito, I know The Rock did one for a while. His was pretty good. It was just entertaining, but Awkwafina's was dead on. Perfect.
I did.
Knocked that one out of the park, and I was just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, she was in a film 2 years ago called The Farewell, and I think it's about I think it's about it's about like losing like a family member that's like kind of losing their mind a bit. And it's about her kind of like going to spend time with her grandma before like she passes away. It won like a shit ton of awards and stuff like that. And like she's incredible in it.
I have to give it a go.
Yeah,
it's on Prime, so
yeah. What is Jumanji? I need to actually. I'll talk about this after.
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Yeah, I was going to say I still need to watch the second one.
I mean, unless there's anything else people want to talk about, I think we can wrap up. Save that quiz I had planned. Well, I thought you had to go, didn't you?
Okay, yeah, you got.
You got
I do, but I got a bit. We can do a couple of them.
Yeah, I got time.
Quinn, we'll got time.
We'll
do 2 or 3. All right, we'll do 2 or 3. All right, I'll pick it. All right, to summarize to the audience, the way this quiz works, I've come up with. I've picked a year, and the year is 2013. So I'm doing films from the year 2013. I'm going to give these two the critic rating, the audience rating, the genre, and then like a review kind of summary of the film, and I've taken out anything that gives it away, so like the name of the film or an actor's name or something like that. If they struggle, I'll then give them an actor in the film, and then they have to try and guess it. So let me do an easy. I'll say an easy one. Right. So
Iron Man 3.
Well, I did that as a test one with you, so fuck off. 66% critic, 75% audience. It may not be the finest film to come from blank, but blank still offers plenty of the humor and high-stakes action that fans have come to expect.
Thor the Dark World.
It's Thor the
Iron
Dark
Man
Thor.
3.
It's Thor the Dark Thor. Well done. Right.
Thor the Dark Thor.
Thor the Dark
really?
Thor.
That's
66% critic rating. Which is surprising considering it's highly regarded as like one of the worst MCU films.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not Iron Man 3.
It's okay. That's
No, I put Iron Man 3 above it.
Yeah, I give Iron Man 3 a bad draft. Yeah. But anyway.
Alright. So you got that one. Let's do... Oh, no, that's going to be hot. Okay, I'll do this one. 62% critic, 65% audience. So roughly the same. Critics and audience had about the same feel on it. If it isn't quite as thought-provoking as the book, Blank still manages to offer a commendable number of well-acted, solidly written sci-fi thrills, an action sci-fi adventure.
Action sci-fi's a book.
Book.
Ooh.
Book adaptation.
Yeah.
Well, adaptation.
Right away, books are all like that. I had like Harry Potter in my mind, but obviously it's not.
It's
It's
a sci-fi
Yeah.
book.
Not as sci-fi. Ooh, that's tricky.
2013. What came out in 2013? Ooh.
I'm racking my brain for any sci-fi property,
Yeah.
even just the books. Because then I thought Men in Black 3 might have been 2013. Once again, it's not
No, I
books.
think that was earlier.
I can't
It's
think
not
of
like
any
that.
like.
Do you want the
It's not-
actor?
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley.
What? Is it?
What?
He's in a sci-fi film that came out in 2013. It's based off a book. I can give you another one, but I feel like it'd give it away.
Like sci-fi is can be quite.
It's
broad,
very
though.
sci-fi.
Very.
Go to
Okay.
space sci-fi.
Okay. Ben Kingsley in space.
Fighting
Oh,
aliens.
fucking Ender's Game. whatever
Ender's
it's called.
Game, yeah, it's Ender's Game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna, if you needed another actor, I was gonna say Harrison Ford, but then I've been like, that's gonna give it away.
Yeah,
I
that
wouldn't
would.
have got it until it was Asa Butterfield. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
have
Ace of
got
Battlefield
it.
would be the easy one. All right,
Ace, I can't believe it's not.
Fuck Asa Butterfield.
all right, we'll do this one. 65% critic, 58% audience. So critics liked it more than the audience, apparently. After the heady sci-fi thrills of Blank is a bit of a come down from director Blank, but on its own terms, it delivers just often enough to satisfy. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah,
Star
it
Trek
delivers
Into Darkness?
Yeah, it's a drama sci-fi action, and no, it's not Star Trek. Yeah, after the heady sci-fi thrills of Blank is still a bit of a come down from director Blank. So basically what it is, the director's last film was like a big one that people really liked. This one isn't quite that, but it's still pretty good.
Is no, because I have an
was
idea,
thinking-
but A, I think I've got the year wrong. And B, I wouldn't agree with that. What were the ratings?
It was on my phone. 65% critic, 58% audience.
What's this on? Rotten Tomatoes?
Some Rotten
Oh.
Tomatoes, yeah.
60. I was gonna say, because if it's from director, it'd be a big director. And the only person I can think that was really kicking about and was big at that point would have been Nolan.
That's
But
what I was thinking.
I
It
don't.
can't be.
Yeah, it can't be.
It's an actor. It's not an actor, a director. I feel like you'd know quite well. They were once tied
Wes
to a
Anderson.
project you'd probably really liked. Wes
Ooh.
Anderson.
It's not. No, 2013. I was gonna say.
No,
Fucking hell.
I'm so crap at this.
Do you want an actor?
Yeah, no, this is quite hard. Yeah, I guess so.
I'll give you the main actor, Matt Damon.
Not Marshall. Oh,
Wait,
what
what's
was-
the synopsis again? What was the review?
After the Heli Elysium, yeah.
Oh, who
It's
directed
Elysium.
that?
Neil Blomkamp.
Oh.
Obviously, he was
Okay.
connected to Halo at some point, so I thought.
Yeah.
You obviously, you're a huge Halo fan, so that's
Yeah.
Alright. We'll do.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more. Do you want an easy one or a harder one?
It was a harder one. Harder one to
You're a
finish
harder
off. It was a little brain team.
32% critic, 57% audience. Blank falls short in an attempt to emulate the original's unique blend of ultra violence and ironic humor, comedy action.
Oh,
Old boy.
so we've got a remake. A remake that just
Wait.
goes
Not a
Wait,
remake. Okay, sorry. It's not a remake, it's a sequel. I'll give you that. Because the synopsis does kind of confuse it, where it says to emulate the originals, but it's a sequel.
I was thinking Dread for a second. But, yeah.
The first one probably is one of my favourite films. Not that I've probably mentioned it to you guys. I just really like the film.
Terminator. No,
No.
not Terminator. Genesis was 15, wasn't it? 2015.
Yeah, 2016
And
maybe.
before that, it was
Was
Salvation,
Salvation,
which was
2009.
2008, 9.
Yeah.
2010, wasn't it? Salvation.
I thought it
It
was
was,
9.
it was
Oh,
after
with-
Avatar. Because it was after his big break. I'm pretty sure.
2009.
Oh, was it? Same year
Say
as
violence.
Damn.
Was the word violence used in the review?
Ultra violence and ironic humor.
Ultra violent.
Yeah.
Machete.
Oh my god.
No. Comedy action.
Spencer, an iCarly story.
I can give you a hint on the first one if you want.
Yeah, go on.
Nicolas Cage is in the first one.
Ghost Rider.
Left Behind 2. Not that it even happened.
Ultra violent.
Ultra violent. The first one had Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Kick-Ass!
Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, that took us a bit.
Oh, really?
It's
2013?
funny.
That was
just dawned on me.
2013. 4 years after the first one. That was 2009, the first one as well, I think. Or 2008. I don't remember.
Jeez.
So for the next, well, I don't know if we'll do it next week, but I'll pick a different year. So you better come fucking packed with your film knowledge. Oh.
Wait,
Anyway.
what? Did you say we're doing a different year? Did you say 2015?
Yeah, should I pick a year right now? Right.
Yeah,
2016 we'll do. 2016.
Oh, okay.
So
if you've got extra ones from 13, then we can use that off air. We can.
yeah, we can do that. I can just test you guys randomly. Oh, 2016 is going to be a good one. Yeah, 2016 is going to be really fucking
I'm trying to
good.
think what came out.
Civil War, Batman v Superman, and now I've said these, you won't put them in.
Stop it. You're making it harder. You're making it harder.
Ooh, I could do
So
some real
strange.
hard ones for this. Yeah, 2016 is going to be a good one. I like that.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, guess we're done.
Yeah. Do we want
Unlike
to pick
last
topic
week.
next week?
Ooh, had idea. Mortal Kombat this week? Comes out Friday, doesn't it?
Maybe.
I think it comes out this Friday, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, I thought it was already out, wasn't it?
If not, there's Nobody with Bob Odenkirk we can watch.
Yeah.
We spoke about that because that looks like it's gonna be fucking good.
I was just thought at some point I want to do the Men in Black movies because I just want to rewatch them.
We can do that. We can do that when there's like nothing coming out. Now
Yeah.
we gotta do all four. We gotta do
No,
all four.
no,
We gotta
we
do all four. We gotta do them all. No, because then we can go great.
I'm not rewatching it.
Yes, you
I mean,
have to rewatch it.
You
No,
don't
Quinn,
have
that is the
to-
whole point of this. You have to rewatch it.
You not
We'll
just want
do
to
it
like
together.
shit on it for like an hour.
Yeah, we'll
Is that-
literally just
is that
get
not
drunk
what
and
you
we'll shit on the film in Discord, and then we'll record the podcast and shit on it more. You have to do it, Quinn.
It's so good.
Broken him.
We've
They've
broken
broken him. He can't make up his mind. He's going in
I mean,
loops. We got to
I
go put him down. Got to take him out back.
I guess we'll do either Mortal Kombat or Nobody. We got the end of Falcon next week as well. I mean, we could always do both if they are both
That'll
out
be
this
a
week.
big wrap up.
Yeah, I feel like end of Falcon will be a big one though. That's the thing. then we've got like
Yeah, because we're gonna want to talk about like the whole series. And
exactly,
everything.
and like where it can go and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll decide like off air if we do Nobody or Mortal Kombat, I guess, and then like I don't know, I'll tweet out on the account. Speaking of which, it's on YouTube, Spotify, we're on Twitter and TikTok. Quickly, let's acknowledge the TikTok. We made one TikTok of us taking the piss out of Tom Holland, and we just got 8 comments. How dare you disrespect Spider-Man?
This is for everyone on TikTok. I'm glad you hate us. I hate Tom Holland. Oh, Tom Holland. Oh,
look at me. He's swinging about.
Tom Holland.
You can't censor us. You can't censor us.
We'll censor ourselves. Fuck you. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find in our Twitter, in the description, you can find Twitter, TikTok, Spotify link, stuff like that.
Pricks thinking, what are they? What are they doing? Fucking. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, I hate it. Fuck off.
You can't take the piss out of the British accent. We are British. We can do what we want.
Doesn't matter if we want.
We conquered most of the world. We can do what we want now.
We can do what the fuck we like. Right, cut that bit. Cut that bit.
We just let him go.
Cancelled on the 2nd episode. Hashtag So Uncivilized is over party.
Nah, if they cancel us, we'll just conquer them again.
We did it in real world, we'll do it in the digital world. We'll do it on Twitter.
Cancelled faster than Clarkson.
Yeah. We haven't even
We'll go to their doorstep, nick all their shit and stick it in a museum.
You're not telling me that's vibranium too. I'm just feeling it.
Oh, God.
Oh god. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that was funny. Right. I guess that's it. Ollie, do you want to tell me to fuck off one more time?
No, I'll mix it up.
You mix it up. Okay.
Right. Jog on.
Jog on. Fuck you. Jog on.
Fuck you.
Right. See you next week.
Can I do it, Nathan? Can I do it?
Do it.
Get fucked.
Love it.
Stop! No! I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I hate it. It's like fuck.
Ollie's gone. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back for next week. Goodbye.